Hello everybody, this is Love is Dead and I got for you another replay that I am going to cast right now. It is a captain's mode match. It is a little bit of a scrim from DHSF. As I said before, no, I said before in a video that got really screwed up and I didn't even post it because it didn't work at all. But I know I've been playing with Ives a little bit with Egon Olsen. They're really friendly guys, and they've been helping me out, teaching me the finer points of Dota 2, the ones that I don't know, like how to not die in middle lane. That's a good one. But no, seriously, they're really friendly, and they're going to go up against a couple people from GU, Gamer University. And so the first bans are going to be pretty standard, you know, Lycan, Shen. Enchantress doesn't get through, so everyone's banning out Push. Lone Druid going to be a first ban, and as well as Brewmaster. So Brewmaster is a pretty popular middle lane hero right now, and that's because, and he's always going to be really popular, but that's just because he can go in, set off his ultimate, and just, it's kind of like an Aegis or a Cheese, just kind of automatically, and it's better than SK's because he can deal damage with it and then come back out of it, and he can stun, and the fire one has radiance. Anyways, I'm not talking about, these bans are going by, these picks are going by a lot quicker than I expected them to go. So we have Darkseer does get through, Invoker, and Venomancer, so that's a pushing lineup if I've ever seen one. Or an anti-push, so they could go as well. They could try to take out 4 Protect 1 and have a ton of push, anti-push, so that they can hold them off to win the game. And the GU side, they are going to go for a ganking build, and they're going to ban out. They actually ban out Morphling, so they might be a little worried about the 4 Protect 1 strategy, so they're going to pick one of the most popular carries right at this point to ban out. And I say that they're ganking because they have a huge amount of stun and global presence from Nature's Prophet, because of the team fight Tidehunter Ravage. You just can screw up your team really badly. Even so, Venomancer, Invoker can be squishy, not so much. It's really still pretty hard to kill an Invoker. Darkseer is usually built pretty tanky. I'm going to expect to see him in a lane. I think that DHSF is going to pick up I think they're going to pick up a carry. I don't think they're going to go for full push because Chen and Enchantress are left out. And obviously Lycan's gone, so is Lone Druid. It doesn't leave much for a pick. Anti-Mage may be something that they're going to pick up. Queen of Pain, that's kind of interesting. GU, I would have expected them to try to pick up a Queen of Pain, but Enigma's still in the pool, so they could pick him up. That would be a good hero for them to complete their ganking lineup. You get Tidehunter to hit Ravage, and then you just keep them together with Black Hole, and what are you going to do? But they don't really have enough damage to come out right-click wise to really finish off the Enigma Black Hole damage. So they probably they won't. I don't think they're gonna really pick them up. The final bans are Leshrac, Marana. Leshrac is just he's so versatile. You can play him as a carry. You can play him as a ganker. I guess semi-carry. You can play him as a ganker, and you can play him as support. So, and he has huge push. His ability just line him up to be able to take out creeps. So that's why he's so dangerous. And then once you have eliminated all the creeps from the wave, and you push a tower, every pulse from his edict goes down onto the tower, and that just takes it down really quickly. So what are you gonna do? Vengeful Spirit is definitely gonna complete up this ganking lineup. She has a huge stun. They have lots of locking down power. And with Nature's Prophet, they can, well, I don't see why that would be useful, but you could like sprout them and then shackle them, but they're in the sprout anyway, so why would you do that? But it does allow her to set up for someone maybe outside of the sprout. Just saying. Vengeful Spirit, always clean up the ganking lineup. Usually she's going to be playing a support role, but they don't have a carry, so they're either going to pick a carry for the last one if they're worried about late game, or just try to finish this really early. As far as DHSF goes, I really think they're going to be picking a carry since they see this lineup is going, nope, they're going to go full push with Enigma. unless they're waiting for their carry to come out in the last phase. But I think Enigma. Well, he's an alright push. The amount of conversions, they do multiply, so you can get a bunch of them. But he kind of weakens a lane. So, and this is what I'm reading from. This is what I'm saying from reading a post by Wagamama over in the Join Dota forums. He weakens lanes when you play him. So if you really wanted strong lanes to protect 4 protect 1, you wouldn't want to pick Enigma. So that's why I'm guessing that they're not going to go with the full carry, and they're going to try to push him down. Shadow Fiend is going to be their carry pickup, and he is able to deal a lot of gank. He has a ton of ganking power available. I'm kind of torn. They could try to push it down early because they don't have counter push. The GU does not have any counter push at all. So they could try to do it really early, or they could say, we're going to go carry and pick up an anti-mage. Anti-mage would burn through Vengeful Spirit, burn through Windrunner. Tidehunter would be a little bit more of a problem, but Shadow Fiend is kind of squishy as well. And I don't really know, so they would be able to lock down Anti-mage, and Windrunner would definitely pick up a Scythe of Ice, or Nature's Prophet might. No, Windrunner would probably do it. They're taking a long time to decide this, so I'm wondering if they have the same line of thinking that I do, that they're trying to figure out if they want to carry or if they want to finish up the lineup and push. Not sure if they wanted to push, they could take like a Broodmother actually. I think the lanes would work well because they don't have a Sand King, they don't have Darkseer, they don't have Lycan. The main pushing, they do have Tidehunter who can deal with a Broodmother. It's a little tough though with the Anchor Smash. And they do have a solo lane they can go up against her, so Windrunner could do it too. So they're going to go with a Viper. Interesting. So yeah, so this is a 4 protect 1 strategy. They're going to carry with the Viper and hope that he rolls through their heroes. He has just a lot of... He's got a lot of power to... I got to change my camera, and I forgot to do this yet again. So excuse me while I click around. But you didn't miss anything. So there you go. Yeah, so Viper is, he has a ton of slow, a lot of poison damage. Anytime you hit him, you get slowed down. I believe so. And he has an orb as well. So they're going to look to just sap down heroes, probably catch them out pretty easily. So Vengeful Spirit and Windrunner can go down pretty easily to Viper if he's pretty huge, and Shadow Fiend if he's not really high level would do it. As far as they go, they can pull off like ganks early on. Not so well though. Tidehunter needs to have level 6 before he can get a gank. Windrunner and Vengeful Spirit though is a strong lane. VS Tide, so they know they see that it's coming up. So the lanes that I forgot to talk about here, I think Enigma is going to be in the jungle. It looks like they're going to have Viper bottom lane instead of center lane. Yeah, because they have Invoker, so Invoker's going to play the middle lane. Viper is going to go bottom lane. Probably going to be supported by Venomancer, and they're going to play like a traditional 4v1 lineup, 4 protect 1 lineup. And Darkseer is going to take the solo lane. Top lane, they're going to set Tidehunter and VS together, as well as Windrunner. So I think Windrunner's probably going to take the solo. No, do they need to have a solo lane? I think if Nature's Prophet goes middle, which it looks like he's setting up to do. Oh, SF is going to take side lane. Safe lane. Nature's Prophet's going to take middle, and that could leave them with a tri-lane on bottom. They could do it if they want to, or they can just gank with Tide and VS, because either you can stun up with VS's magic missile and then hit Gush for a huge slow, and then just right click everyone down. So either they're going to roam and have three sort of solo, or they are going to pair them with the tri-lane on bottom. Though they don't have the carry, which is the usual pickup for a tri-lane, so I think they're just going to do more roaming than they are. More of a roam than a tri-lane. Invoker versus Nature's Prophet, that's a pretty standard standard lane. It looks like he decided to go with Quas, so he's not going to try to take the huge initial damage he can get out with Exhort and just sort of overpower your teammate, not teammate, your opponent. You can just last hit, you have a much bigger range because you have much more damage to be able to last hit with, and with the Quas build, he's going to be looking for some early cold snaps and probably some of that mana regen will help him out, so I'd expect spells to be spammed off from him. We have Darkseer. He has 2 Ion Shells right now, and he's going to give Shadow Fiend a run for his money. I'm going to try to get as many... He has 5 last hits so far. Not even last hits. His Necromancy is up to 7, but his last hits are only at 5. So this is what Darkseer does. Basically, you just put him in a lane. He sends off Ion Shell. He acts really aggressive, and you give the enemy one hell of a time. As soon as he gets Gravity, he'll be doing the Ion Shell. I guess it's Surge first instead of getting a Gravity, because you want to max Ion Shell. That's a given. Gravity should come next. You don't need to max Surge, really. That just lengthens the duration. And I think 3 seconds is enough for him to get away from this lane. And he's just going to run up to Shadow Fiend as much as he can. Going to hit a couple of raises, and I think we got some action bottom lane here. Viper is taking a lot of damage while Venomancer's off to the side. And wow, they have 4 heroes committed to this, so it looks like they're going to try to do something. I don't know what it is, what they're going to be trying to get. The DHSF knows that they are doing something, because I see that there are 4 heroes here. So they kind of wait for them to come out of position, but I hope that they don't, because that would be a little bit of a folly. The middle tower is now being pressured, so Nature's Prophet has a limited amount of time before he needs to run back. And here they go. They're going to go on Viper. They hit him with a Magic Missile, sprout him up, Power Shot, and a final right click from Vengeful Spirit to end it up. They do get the gank that they're looking for. They committed a lot for it, though, and they're not going to get this. They're going to try to stay for the tower. This tower, the middle tower, is taking too much damage from Invoker, although you're giving him free farm, while these 4 heroes have to split all of this experience that's going down. So they, at the cost of this tower, I don't wait, but I mean that'll give them the map control if they're going to look to get inside their jungle. That'll give them the control to do that and kind of screw up Viper's lane. But if they don't keep pressure on Viper, he just has, more space available because the creep wave can push back here, and he can just farm it that way. So it can be good, can be bad, depending on how you play it. Nature's Prophet is now back inside his middle lane, and he is only a couple hundred XP below Invoker, which isn't too bad. He does now have a level up on him, though. He's about half a level below him, so if Invoker wants to go on him, which he's going to, Cold Snap, and he's going to run into the trees to save himself. How's this lane doing up here? Shadow Fiend has 21 last hits. Where did Darkseer go? Darkseer has 9. He actually, okay, so I guess I was wrong talking about the vacuum. I would expected them to pick it up, because if he pulls it in 2 Ion Shells and then it can vacuum them up together like this, you can deal some damage to Shadow Demon. And what the heck is a Shadow Demon? I mean, Courier doing? I don't know where they were sending that thing. So we got some, we have Sprout coming out onto Invoker. He's going to have to back off a little bit. And Enigma is now looking to... I guess he's checking out the rune for his teammate. He has picked up his soul ring, and I think he's going to go with aggressive jungle now. Not sure if that's a safe idea. Tidehunter sees him, so maybe he's not going to decide to do that. The courier now, he's sending out another soul ring over to Darkseer, so Darkseer can just spam up his spells like he has been doing. I don't really know if this plan is working out so well because Shadow Fiend still has 31 last hits versus 12 here from Darkseer. He's level 6. He's even out leveling Darkseer by a couple hundred like a tiny amount of XP. And now Nature's Prophet comes in and sprouts up Enigma. We got Darkseer trying to surge himself away, but Nature's Prophet finishes off Enigma. Yeah, and that went well for DHSF, and it looks like they are still giving hell to Viper here. And Viper's gonna have to play it safe because he's always gonna have to deal with this stun power that comes out for Vengeful Spirit and Windrunner. And the middle tower is so Nature's Prophet is still a little worried about Invoker. Invoker is going this full quas thing, so he is regenerating mana and spamming up everything he can. He's got phase boots. He hasn't got a bottle. Okay, here we go. Damage out onto Nature's Prophet. Cold Snap just can take about half his health, but he doesn't have anything else yet to answer back with. I'm just going to try to right-click him down. And if he hits off another Cold Snap, he could do it, which it is 5 seconds away. I don't know if he's going to try to do it. I don't see anything else happening too much, so I'm going to stay on here. And he has 300 health. Cold Snap dealing 60 damage initially. Yeah, if he hits him, should be able to take him out unless he TPs. And the ultimate coming out here, still not dealing a whole lot of damage to Invoker. And Nature's probably going to play around, checking out Roshan. He's probably going to play it safe, not play around. And okay, now Enigma is up here. They'll have basically 2 Cold Snap. You got a Malefice stun. There we go. It's going to start it off with the EMP and the Cold Snap, and he is finished off. But wow, that was Nature's Prophet. Not Nature's Prophet. Shadow Fiend is now back inside, taking the place immediately to stop them from taking the tower. And Viper gets himself Vengeful Spirit while that was happening. I missed that one. It's probably a... Yep, it was Venomous Gale that came out from Venomancer, and the ultimate that would deal even more slow damage from Viper. So that's 2 huge poison heroes together is a good lineup. If Venomancer hits off his Venomous Gale, hits that right, and the Viper Strike comes out on the same hero, I don't know what else you can do. You're pretty much dead. Invoker dealing a lot of harassment damage. I mean, Shadow Fiend, he's going to pick up a regen rune, but he was at half health. He has his bottle, so that's going to fill it up for him. Ring of Aquila finish up on him, and then Tidehunter is also low life. He's playing a support role. He is level 4, so he doesn't have his Ravage up yet. It's still quite a ways away from that since he's not going to be staying in lane. Vengeful Spirit is level 3, and that is going to be a problem because Viper has the power to kill her pretty easily at level 7. He's dealing a good amount of damage to Egon right here. But Egon has to back off. He's not going to be able to... There's no kill there. It looks like they're going to try to go on Viper here. He is alone. And okay, here we go. We got Shadow Fiend inside the jungle. 2 heroes around him. This is a dangerous spot for him. Cold Snap could hit him. And it looks like, oh, he just stopped himself from getting a raise. And they didn't get a good position on him, so they weren't able to get a kill on Venomous Gale. And now they're going to set up a Cold Snap, try to deal some damage, keep him back. And he is able to get out without being dead. And they are still pressuring this tier 2 tower now. Now the gank squad is going up top lane. They are smoked up for this. They're going to look for the Enigma. They don't want to get caught out by these not illusions, these Eidolons. Plague wards. I love it when they change stuff. in the updates. And now we got a team fight coming up here. We got Maleficent as well as Cold Snap dealing damage. And a Black Hole is going to take down Crit. He's got so much drain coming out. He needs a couple more right clicks. Gravity to pull him back in. SF goes down, and now Tidehunter has to run away. Darkseer is blocking him off, and they got a Gush coming out from there, and barely escapes Windrunners. Shackle Shop, we got her shackled to a tree. A couple more, no more damage able to come out onto him. He is able to be saved, but Venomancer goes down to SF. He teleports himself back in and gets a raise to finish him off. So they're gonna, now that Venomancer is down, but they don't have a whole lot else down. Viper knows that he has free farm right now. They're gonna go back on SF, and they're gonna Cold Snap on him, Maleficent as well. Yes, and one more click and he'll go down. So that was definitely an overextension. They really wanted that tower, but they barely even got any damage for it, and lost SF twice. Losing a carry twice is definitely a problem, and you don't want to throw his life away that easily. Yeah, Evil Jun is doing a good job. Bottom lane getting farm. He's got 50 so far. Looks like top lane. They're just gonna try to push Nature's Prophet back, who's doing his job of pressuring the tower. But this is the anti-push that I was talking about. Darkseer can just come in and tank up these tree ants and just take him down basically with his ion shell. He gets to be pretty tanky and just kind of screwing with Nature's Prophet, giving him a little problem. And now you get a Sprout coming out onto him, but they're just sort of playing with each other. They're not going to be able to get killed. Here we go. Tidehunter, he is going to go down. We got the Tornado, and that is the end of him. I got action on here, bottom lane, but they aren't going to find themselves Viper. Losing Tidehunter wasn't good because I think, he just got level 6. I guess if he was a little lower level, that might have been even more of a problem. But they're definitely gonna have Ravage before. They're gonna have Ravage when they need it, and who is TPing in? Tidehunter is coming back again. Ravage only gets Invoker. Tidehunter is now slowed up, and he's gonna have to back off. He's not gonna get the kill on Invoker that he came back for. How's Viper doing down here? Still has 53 last hit, so what is the gold graph looking like? Gold graph is in favor of the Radiant, so they're doing a good job getting those kills when they need them, and also farming. XP graph is also in favor of the Radiant right now, and it always has been. As the gold graph dipped in favor of the Dire really early on, and then they got this team fight right here where got a nice amount of kills, and that gold graph came back up, and then it's been going their way ever since then. And Venomancer has put up his wards over here, make sure that they don't try to pressure this tier 1 tower. That's what I'm talking about with the anti-push. They have Darkseer that I already mentioned. They have Venomancer who can just set up his wards and leave them, sort of set it and forget it. And they're going to go on to Nature's Prophet up here, Cold Snap, and that's going to be the final right click from him. And they're going to look for something from Darkseer right here. He doesn't have his gravity up, so he cannot finish off the kill. And it looks like Cold Snap is down as well as Tornado, so they don't have anything to stun Windrunner with, but they're not going to give up on this lane. Oh, they need to get out of this lane now. They must leave this lane, and Egon is going to TP himself out. Are they going to get a shackle on him before he gets out? But no. Nope. He gets himself out of danger without losing his life. And it looks like I'm not sure how far they're going to push this tower, but their GU is going to look for this this tower up top. And they're going to hit the Venomancer with a long missile, and now spread it up Invoker. And it looks like he's going to take a lot of damage here. And, ooh, Black Hole just saving Invoker. We have the Venomancer ultimate combining with that. And then SF is going to set off his ultimate. He's going to get himself Enigma. And it looks like Darkseer picks up 2 kills with his... Holy junk. That was an incredible ion shell. And I'm not even sure if he hit his vacuum, but I think that was the ion shell that dealt a lot of damage coming out, coupled with this poison nova. Wow. That black hole, I think if he didn't hit all 3 heroes with that black hole, that wouldn't have worked. That was going to be a bad team fight for them, but with some incredible skill from Enigma, they were able to save it. And now the Dire have to go back and lick their wounds. That's going to send the gold graph even more in favor of the Radiant, as well as the XP graph. They really need to make something happen right now because their ganks aren't working. That's the problem with the ganking lineup, is when you can't make the ganks, you don't. If you haven't won your lanes, you can't end up making the ganks, and you can't pressure this this sort of. Well, it's really hard to. It's really hard to win by just ganking carries enough, especially when you don't win your lanes. So they're just going to have an uphill battle from here. You're going to have to pull off some clever work and catch heroes while they are not together. They're going to have to do it really quickly, really fast ganks, and not do something like this and get caught off SF 2 heroes on 1. And he looks, by the looks of it, they don't have burst damage to take him out, so it's just going to be drain damage, and then Magic Missile gonna stun up Darkseer. He goes down to SF, and now Venomancer is gonna go down as well. So even though it wasn't really a great initiation, they were able to save it with Vengeful Spirit coming in and that powerful Magic Missile. So it was an overextension there from DHSF. They just needed to keep them away from the tower, and a Sunstrike is going to miss, but he's decided to go for that global gank. Nature's Prophet as well as Windrunner pushing in this bottom lane here, and it looks like Invoker is here to farm it up. And Nature's Prophet is going to take the aggressive jungle. What has Nature's Prophet got so far? He's got a Hand of Midas, he's got an Urn, so not a whole lot. 70 last hits, 17 minutes into the game. I'd have expected a bit more from him. Windrunner. She has her phase boots. She's support though, so I mean you're not gonna have a whole lot on her. Just boots on Vengeful Spirit, maybe a little bit of a magic stick right there. Not a whole lot on Tidehunter either. That would leave SF to have the huge amount of farm, but he doesn't. He almost has his BKB. Well, not actually. He's still quite a bit away from his BKB. I think that's 23k gold away. He's got some time before that's gonna be up. And this top tower is going to go down. They don't have anyone here to defend it. They're not going to try to defend it with no TP. Oh, they are going to pull in a hero to a little bit late. Windrunner is going to be there. Nature's Prophet going to global. And it looks like he's able to protect it. And if they just let it go, yeah, that is in deny range by 6 hit points. 6 hit points. In deny range. But they're not going to deny it. Now, maybe it's they're trying to entice Darkseer to come into this gank squad. All they need to do is hit a magic missile and they'll be set. But I think he might have figured out what's going on. He's going to wait for his team. If they come in here, then it will be a full fight that they can try and take. Nature's Prophet, though, can come in. He's just in the Radiant jungle right now. And they're just going to use their ability to anti-push, and I don't think they're going to extend up in here. Just going to eat a power shot. No big deal. They do know that the enemy. Oh, he's trying to pull them in. Only gets himself some wildkins. They're spending a lot of time up here, longer than they need to be. And this middle lane is going to be pushed out by Invoker. He's just going to farm this up. Viper hasn't been in the team fights yet. He is level 12. He has his Ultimate Orb plus Vitality booster up. I think he might be I am not sure what their plan, what GU's plan is here, because they're not making anything happen, and they're just leaving a lot of time for, say, an Invoker and an Enigma to come and gank you. Black Hole is up, and they're going to look for something to happen, and they're going to find themselves in Vengeful Spirit really quickly, and going to take her out. No Black Hole needed to be popped off there. Windrunner now decides she's going to deny the top tower, and she gets a deny, and now she's going to TP herself out. Invoker a little late with the tornado, but that's going to give them plenty of time to push in this top tower here. While we have SF is going to try to do a trade for this middle tower, and going to have, nope, they canceled the TP, and they're just going to go for this top tower. The fortification coming out, so it looks like they want to defend it. Windrunner's the only one here, though. SF is going to be coming in. He has Invis Rune, so he is going to be able to surprise them a little bit, although Darkseer just diving past him with the Ion Shell to deal that DPS damage. And here we go. We got a kill on Venomancer really quick from Shadow Fiend, and they're not going to decide to go on this. They get their tower. TP out. Enigma's just going to try to take a little bit of farm in the jungle. Well, he has a chance. So is Darkseer. They don't expect them to try to, I guess they're not expecting them to try to push themselves in. There's a huge creep wave coming down here, bottom lane, and Invoker is here to farm it up. They're gonna chase. Looks like he's gonna try to chase Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet's still jungling, needs to get out of here, and he gets stunned up. This is a poor decision from Nature's Prophet. Needed to get out of there, and I guess he didn't see Invoker at all. Invoker just able to deal right-click damage. He is really fast, especially with haste and drum plus phase boots. Needs one more click, and that should do it. Oh, Urn Charge saving him, but that's the final right click right there. Tidehunter just trying to get some farm up. His Ravage is down. I don't recall last time he used it, actually. Yeah, I don't recall last time he used it. I haven't seen much of him. Where is Viper been? He's just been farming, I guess. 113 last hits on him. He is probably about ready. What is he building with his ultimate orb here? I guess he's building, I don't know what he's building. Maybe he's going for the Manta style, but decided he needed a little bit more hit points for vitality booster. He has plenty of gold to spend. He has plenty of gold to spend, so I'm interested to see what he picks up. As soon as he picks up something, he might be ready to be... No, he's not going to be ready to be in the team fight for a little bit. He's going to continue farming even when he gets that item that he's looking for. I think it's going to be Manta style, would be my guess, but he has that finished up, so he has definitely enough gold for that. Yeah, so it is a Manta style. He's going to finish that Invoker right here. Going to find himself SF. Going to do an EMP Tornado. Take out all of his mana points. And then just back away. That's kind of... I don't know. I think it's funny. Because he's just like, hey. I got you. No mana. Go away. SF has to take the long way back. He has no other option. He has to go back to base. What are you going to do without mana? He doesn't have a Manta style up. He does have his BKB. He can build. He doesn't even have enough money for an ultimate orb yet. I wonder if he's going to pillage. He's going to purchase a Blink Dagger first, so he's looking to do that Blink Initiation with his with his ultimate. And a TP in this middle lane. They think that they're coming. They know that they're coming for their middle lane tower, and they're going to try to defend it. Although, yeah, Nature's Prophet is away. He'll be able to come back just in a second's notice, and they find themselves Venomancer a little too early. Venomancer is pulling them far away from their tower, and he's going to go down. But they're going to start on this middle tower. Viper is here, and they're not deciding to engage yet. Perhaps they're just waiting for a bait. They know that they have the advantage when they're at their tower, trying to pull them out, wait for the best time to set off their initiation. And Vengeful Spirit is here with a Tidehunter smoked up, so they're going to look for something, but Tidehunter doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so he has to walk in order to initiate, and they're going to find themselves Nature's Prophet out of here. They're going to set off a And then Shadow Fiend pulling it in, but a nice black hole stopping Tidehunter from setting off his ultimate, and he needs... Yeah, and they finish him off before he can get it. And here we go now. Shadow Fiend is going to go down. And now they haven't lost anyone for this yet, and the Maleficent Stun is going to stop Vengeful Spirit from TPing out. She's going to go down really easily, and they're looking for... They get themselves a Nature's Prophet, and now they finish him off. That is a tire team wipe. They have a huge advantage right now. They're gonna... What are they gonna decide to do with it? They don't have lanes pushed out, so they can't immediately take a tower. Perhaps they're thinking about Roshan. They have about 15 seconds to decide if they want to do it, and they're going to do it. Viper is here, plus Invoker, and it looks like they're gonna set up some sentry wards to see if they're trying to get smoke gank. That's a traditional place for smoke gank to come through to get Roshan. And they should be able to get themselves Roshan for this team wipe. And I think the Dire probably know about it. I don't see why they wouldn't. Why they would not have figured that out by now. But they're not going to try to pressure them. Roshan goes down. It's probably it goes on to Invoker, and now they're going to look for another kill. They're going to pressure this tower as well. They should wait for the creep stack, which is not there yet. And just gonna play the waiting game, wait for a good initiation, unless they catch themselves out in Nature's Prophet. No, but they're not gonna go for that. What do we got for? Do we have any special items? We got a Yule Scepter on Olsen, so he can send up one hero plus Tornado if he wants it. We got Darkseer has decided to go Tranquil Boots, Pipe of Insight, so they're able to stop the magic damage from the Ravage, which is a excellent choice. Excellent choice right there. And then the Manta Style is finished up on Viper. He's close to be able to getting something else with this Vitality Booster, which I have to figure out what he wants with that. Vitality Booster. He could do Heart, or maybe a Blood. No, I wouldn't want a Bloodstone. Rod of Atos, maybe. I was thinking Vanguard, but which I guess would be a good item on him. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten it yet. I'll be interested to see what he picks up. He's going to go Crystallis. So he's just going to say... I guess he's just going to hold on to the Vitality Booster. Unless I'm missing something. Nope. 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 I have no idea. He's going to hold on to the Vitality Booster to go for Daedalus. They're going to group up bottom lane here. Gornfidence. I don't know what that means at all. They're not worried about this. It looks like they're going to say, like, you have a long way to... Yeah, they have a long way to go before they get to the barracks, so I wonder if they're just going to do an counter push. I don't know why they decided to go in this lane in particular. Unless they're just going to push it out and then rotate up middle lane. While getting some creep kills in the meantime. They're trying to do like a split push strategy-ish, and now they're going to catch them. No, Venomancer has figured out where they are. And the Radiant side is not grouped up for this, and it doesn't look like they're going to initiate. They're not going to initiate on this. I don't know what, I'm not sure what they were thinking with this. They get a Sprout on Darkseer, Shackle to the tree as well. And now he is going to go down to Nature's Prophet, but a Ravage popped off. Going to get themselves Venomancer as well. Sprout again, and right click is able to finish him off. So, as I said, they weren't gathered up for this, so they were able to get two heroes. They're going to TP themselves out. And Black Hole is up, and I wonder if he's going to try to get... No, he's not going to try to get off Maleficent stun kill. Shadow Fiend in the middle lane here versus Invoker. Actually, Shadow Fiend is level 16 versus a 15 Invoker, but a Cold Snap coming out onto him, and he's going to be taking a lot of damage from this, and probably a Nope, no EMP set off yet, no Tornado, and now Invoker is caught off. They need a couple more right clicks. They do get him. Aegis is now burned. I don't think they're going to try to go for a second kill on him. Yes, they will. That Phase Boot is able to stop them. They miss with the Shackle, and everyone's here. He's Yule Sceptered himself up. He's trying to get away. They do have to pop the ultimate off for him to get out. For him to get a kill, not to get out. So with Invoker down, they're going to try to go for a push, which is a good idea, I would say. And now I think they're just going to try to... Yeah, they're going to try to defend this tower. They are there for it. They need some kind of initiation. There's a Darkseer wall up. We got gravity first. I'm looking for a wall, but it's not going to happen yet. We have Shadow Fiend. He's going to TP himself out. He took too much damage. And now Tidehunter is going to go down to Viper. Viper is now really big. He is very big now, and they are worried about him. That's why they backed off. You saw how quickly he took down those two heroes. Shadow Fiend got away, but Tidehunter did not. The wall, if they're able to replicate Shadow Fiend, that is huge as well, because Shadow Fiend does huge right-click damage, and he can... His replicate will deal a lot of damage. So they're going to put a gravity in. They're going to make him back off, just stalling them up. Healing Darkseer a little bit, and a tornado goes out onto Shadow Fiend. And this middle tier 2 tower is going to be pressured. They're going to keep the pressure on here. They get a shackle. Shackle latches, but the two heroes have big health. They're going to... Ooh, they're going to get themselves Darkseer, though. And now it looks like they are not going to fully engage. They don't have the advantage anymore on the Radiant side, so they do try to finish off another shackle, but they do not get it. And Nature's probably going to come in and sprout up Venomancer, and they're going to get a shackle onto him as well, and a power shot. So I mentioned the sprout power shot before, and I guess what happens is even when the sprout goes down, you still are able to kill these illusions, but the shackle still remains. Shackle OP, I think that's what everyone's been saying. And it is very OP, but the thing I've been reading about is that even though heroes are OP, that's what makes the Captain's mode interesting. Because you have to ban out certain heroes, so it's a game of like, alright, who do we want to give them, rather than like, this hero is way too powerful, so we should eliminate him from the game entirely. Or nerf him. It makes the game, it keeps the game interesting, so you can give someone like a really powerful hero, but still have like a different lineup that's even more powerful. Lycan is just the one that no one ever wants to see, apparently. He has a huge push and gank. So what does the gold graph look like? It is still in favor of the Radiant, although it's dipping back down. It is not as high as it was before. The XP graph has come down a little bit. It's still a decent advantage, but it is, as 30 minutes into the game goes on, it's still a little bit of a problem. Although we have only a Shadow Fiend who is able to play the carry role, and Nature's Prophet is not going to be able to carry this. Viper is getting big, so the 4 Protect 1 strategy should be able to work, I would guess. Because... Oh, they're smoked up for this. These Boots of Travel? Oh, excellent. So, Windrunner gets hit first, and they're going to get a nice, huge black hole. Oh, man, 3 heroes, 2. 1 more to go down, and that is Nature's Prophet. You are dead. And we have a Yule Scepter on a creep instead of Tidehunter. They're going to look for some kind of stun. Just slow him up with Viper. Viper getting that kill. So, Viper is now absolutely huge. He has Boots of Travel so that he can... not so much for the global presence, but for the speed that he's going to be able to get with them. That's going to help him out a ton. Crystallis is going to give him the crit damage that he needs to be able to finish off these heroes really quickly. So I think they're going to continue to force the issue of team fight at this point. And with an agility carry, like... Two heroes that need to be able to attack fast to deal damage that are carrying Nature's Prophet as well as Shadow Fiend. I think Viper is a pretty good pickup because he deals so much slow that when you slow down an agility carry, that reduces his usefulness quite significantly. So you got Windrunner coming up here. She is going to be hit first. The Windrun just pulls her down to normal damage. Tornado going to hit 2 heroes. They are still up in the air, although Shadow Fiend has BKB'd himself, and he looks absolutely huge. Venomancer hits him. Now Venomancer just pulling himself away. He's going to try to TP himself out, and he doesn't get himself. Tidehunter is able to finish him off with a gush. And 5v, I don't think they're going to pause up right now, but with 5 heroes together, they're not going to try to engage with only 3. And something, I don't know what happened, but probably a mistake. Darkseer in here to push this lane up, so it forces them back, because they still have to run. They would have had to have run a long way in order to get the bottom towers. They check Roshan. Roshan is not up. We got an engagement here from just a searching. Oh man, now Invoker is caught out. Ravage is going to hit him. Only one hero to get with that Ravage though. So. Oh, something went in my eye. Now they have 2 heroes, well, not crucial, but they have 2 heroes down. So if Roshan was up, and he's going to be in a couple seconds. Yeah, I think the timer, yeah, maybe like 30 seconds to a minute, he'll be up. They would have been able to press the issue and get Roshan if he was up with Invoker down. But they're not going to have the time to do so. Enigma with the mech. And so Darkseer, he had the pipe. Let's see what else he has. He has the... Wow, okay, so interesting. They put him with the Assault Cuirass. So that's going to help out Viper deal even faster right-click damage and avoids Viper having to get himself. He's just going to be able to... He's going to be looking for a Daedalus soon. And he already has the Manta style. Not sure if I've seen him pop it off, though. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Didn't see it. Hasn't really been using it for scouting, as you see an Anti-Mage do, although Anti-Mage usually runs a bit faster. Although with Boots of Speed, Boots of Travel, he can get them to run pretty quickly, and they're doing a nice split push strategy right now, the Dire side. They have all lanes pushed in their favor. They're going to try to press some sort of team fight. We have Nature's Prophet just farming up as quick as he can whenever he gets a free moment. Viper is able to do the same though as well, and they're going to try to look for something middle lane. They're just sort of protecting themselves now. I think they might be turtling, but I'm not sure why they would be turtling. They don't have the ability to carry the win the game late. I really don't think against with their lineup. I think Viper is definitely a harder carry than Shadow Fiend, who sort of tapers off eventually, especially since he doesn't have a whole lot of health. And they know that they're looking for Roshan. They're going to send in a searching tornado. I think they revealed a couple of them. And the Venomancer ward. Okay, so Shadow Fiend was out of position right there, and it looks like they figured that out. I think it might just be bait though. They're just trying to bait him out and just play this waiting game. Like, who wants to go for Roshan? They're going to pull in. Do not get Shadow Fiend. They only get his illusions. And they're not gonna go for Roshan. They need to make a kill first. Nature's Prophet is top lane, and I guess the wow. So we have Invoker trying to look for him. He does get him cold snap, but he gets sheeped up and is able to TP himself out of there. And now that they know that Invoker is gone, they're gonna go for Roshan, which is an excellent strategy. But the Radiant side are here, and they don't want to let it go. Roshan is down, and I don't know if they're going to initiate on this. Nope, they don't initiate, and Roshan goes away the Dire. Who picked that one up? I would say Shadow Fiend. Oh, they're going to catch themselves Shadow Fiend with the Yule Scepter. Shadow Fiend has picked up the Aegis. They're going to try to look to burn that one. They're going to get them. They find themselves Wind Runner. They're initiating on her really quickly. Mech saving Venomancer, Viper finishing off Windrunner as well as Vengeful Spirit, and now Nature's Prophet is going to be in a lot of trouble. They just need a Malphite stun on him, and he will go down. That is the end of his life, and now Shadow Fiend is looking a little bit out of position. By a little bit, I mean a ton. He's going to go down to Viper, who he sets off his Manta style, but Viper is able to handle that with no problem. Viper doesn't even pop off his Manta style yet. I don't know why he hasn't. But this right-click damage is too much for Shadow Fiend to be able to do anything. Shadow Fiend goes down, and the Ice Wall ensured that he wasn't going anywhere. Tidehunter is the only one up. He has Ravage, but what good is that going to do you in this situation? They're going to get these barracks. possibly even more, because just with Vengeful Spirit and Windrunner, I don't think they're going to be able to pull off a full team fight and initiate. Shadow Fiend doesn't have buyback. Nature's Prophet has buyback. Doesn't really want to use it though. Just say 20 seconds, but that 20 seconds means that your tower is going down. They do get off a shackle, catching the two main heroes that they need to. Gush is going to stop Darkseer from coming in, but they do get the tower, and it looks like they're going to look at a Rax. I don't know why Nature's Prophet didn't TP himself buyback into this, because they're going to lose a Rax for this. Absolutely. This has got to be GG. They lost that Rax. They can't even, they can just push, they can pressure him, but they can't deal enough damage to stop him. They're going to, Radiant side is going to back off now that they know Nature's Prophet is back, and Shadow Fiend is up in a couple seconds, and he's going to say, yeah, screw you. Yeah, he hit you with the Eul Scepter, but Nature's Prophet going to look for a kill on Invoker right here. They're going to sprout him up, silence, shackle him to a tree. Now he's a little bit screwed, and he is finished off by Nature's Prophet. That is a little bit of time for Invoker to be down, but he should be able to buy back from this if he needs to, which I don't think he is going to have to. With all that gold, what did Nature's Prophet even want? I don't know why he would have done that. I mean, he could have, they should have, I think with him they might have been able to save that tower. I don't really think they needed SF that badly to stop that push, since they do have that high ground advantage, and Venomancer is just following Shadow Fiend. Are you just throwing it right now? Because you're just walking into this. Here we go. Slow. Blink. And now Shadow Fiend is going to try to TP himself out. They don't have... Oh, they're going to use a black hole to get him. And that is a huge... That is a good decision there, because they're really relying on Shadow Fiend. They're really worried about him. The Radiant side are really worried about him. So they're going to push in this middle... This... they're going to farm up this top lane right now, and split push, continuing the split push down bottom. The Dire know that they have the disadvantage on this one, so that's why they're trying to use the split push strategy, because they cannot initiate on huge team fights, but they don't really have the lineup for a split push, to be honest. Windrunner can do a little bit of it. Tidehunter really not really a split pusher. Vengeful Spirit, neither a split pusher either. Very single focused heroes, Windrunner, and except for Tidehunter's ultimate, it's really single focus. They're really good at catching someone if they find them and killing them, but they have to do that. They have to actually do it. It looks like Invokers decided to go for a BKB. And Viper has finished up his Daedalus, also has a heart. He is going to be unstoppable. 2.7k 2.7k health on him. And it just looks like they're gonna wait for, I think that they can engage on a team fight if they want to right now. Did he buy Boots of Travel as well? Yeah. Yeah, his Boots of Travel. Does Venomancer have Boots of Travel? No, he just is Mana Boots. He's just making sure that they don't go for Roshan while they push in this bottom lane. The bottom lane is the last one that they need. It's the last melee barracks that stands. Melee barracks are slightly more important than a ranged barracks, because that lane is going to be able to push itself pretty hard with 4 or 5 melee creeps. I'm going to wait a little bit right here. I think they know... Nope, they cannot see them. They know that something's a little fishy because they can't find any of them on the map. And Winter is going to start it off with a shackle on Invoker, power shot, and Invoker is stuck for a long time. Then he scepters himself up, Ravage is popped off, and Venomancer ultimate is popped off as well. We have a wall coming up right now, and Tidehunter goes down to Viper. Nature's Prophet did get Invoker. Now it looks like he's going to go down, though. And there we go. And Viper gets the kill on that one. And Windrunner has to run away, and they're going to try to get... No, Vengeful Spirit saves her lone life with a TP. But this tower is down. They have... and it looks like they're going to call the GG for that one. So it's an exciting game to watch. A really nice team fights. Huge black holes from AAA, AAA. He's doing a really good job with that. And Nature's Prophet's the only one left in. If he TPs out, then they don't even have to push in this and take out the ancients. But he is being a little stubborn, I think. He's going to force them to do it. Force them to wait the whole time. Even though his teammates are gone. Nature's Prophet is disconnected. So, that's the end of that game. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. That was Gamer University versus DHSF. And... okay, wait. I thought that if everyone disconnected, then it immediately ended the game. So I'm not sure why it hasn't ended yet. Shadow Fiend is just on auto attack, I think. Huh. I really thought... yeah, okay, there it goes. That's the end of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please tune in for more. And I'll just keep going. I'm not going to stop. This is Love is Dead, and I am signing off. Thank you guys.